Now, I was actually so excited to record this video. Honestly, this is not the kind of video where I'm going to bash any of these women. I am not interested in using my platform to bash anybody that I do not know personally. That's something in the community, in the online virtual community, that just needs to stop. If you don't know someone's personally, it's not a good idea to ostracize their character because you don't know them. But I want to talk about Beyonce versus Candace Owens. This whole situation that has been happening the last couple of days, I think that this is something that we can all learn from, both men and women, but women in particular. If you are listening to this and you are one of the women that believes that I talk down to women or all I do is talk about women on my platform, I'm not going to talk about men all day. I pride myself on decentering men. I pride myself on women decentering men. My platform is not, revolved around any of that. I just want to make sure that women and men of all ages and colors are aware of their toxic behavior so that they can grow from them and level up. That's why it's called Your Level Up Guru. So, Candace and Beyonce, very interesting feud that I really didn't expect to see. I can't say I'm surprised because Candace is what I would say the type of personality where nobody's safe, right? Like she will, have a story on really anyone. Like she's not going to hold back. She's not going to be like, oh, this is Beyonce, so I'm not going to speak on Beyonce. Like Candace is not like that. If it's an interesting story, if it's something that she feels like is imbalanced, it's out of line, she's going to speak on it. Beyonce, these two personalities of women are different. Candace is overt. Beyonce is covert. Now, as far as personality-wise, you're not bad if you're an overt person. You're not bad because you're a covert person. And this is not in regards to narcissism. This is just general personality. An overt person is kind of an extrovert, right? Like they're more outspoken. They speak their mind. They speak their piece. They don't have any fear of who they'll offend or who it'll bother. They're just an out there person. And then you have a more covert personality like Beyonce that is just like, I don't want to go online and talk about this. I don't want to make a statement on this. I don't want to address this. But however, I will definitely speak to the authorities and have a cease and desist or whatever. Now, both of these women are, in my opinion, great women. I don't like one better than the other. I don't know them personally, but I think they're both great women. I think they're both good at what they do. I think they're both talented, and I think that they're both different. And in life, especially as women in the community of women, we need to understand that we're not all the same. I will say that again, we're not all the same. I feel like in the community of women want us all to be the same so no one feels insecure. Women want us all to be the same so that no one feels intimidated, insecure, lower than. That's why a lot of women like to comment in my comment section and say that I talk down to women. I'm always talking down to women because I go online and I shed light on women's toxic behaviors, and because those women are not brave enough to talk about what most people avoid talking about, because they're not brave enough to do that, and I am, and I'm not afraid of the ridicule that it could possibly come with, that's what bothers them. So they see it as I'm talking down to women, but that's really not the case. I'm just shedding light on bad behavior, because when I make videos about men and their humiliation tactics, their humbling tactics, their jealous ways, women don't have a problem with that content. They actually eat that content up. They have a problem with content that sheds light on their gender. How ironic. Anyways, both of these women are amazing women. They're both good at what they do. I don't know them personally, so I'm going to try to stay away from trying to assault their character in any way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stop talking about people like we know them personally. It's giving unhinged. It's giving, I gotta go see the lady. I gotta, visit the psychiatrist. That's what it's giving when when I look at the comment section and things that people say about other people, it's a shocker. How could you be so confident to even write up that statement about somebody that you do not know personally? I think that's very socially awkward, and I think that's dangerous ground. So I try to refrain myself from doing that. I'm going to just talk about these two women in regards to this situation and what I know allegedly about the situation. So let's talk about Candace Owens. Love her, right? She's great. She's smart. Candace is very smart. Candace is very vigilant. She pays attention to detail. She's very intelligent. She's well-versed. And Candace is like one of those people who's one thing that I love about her. She's fearless. She's a very fearless woman. A lot of the things that she says, she knows she will catch heat for, but because of how confident she is, and because she has such a powerful self-concept, she doesn't care who it bothers. And women like that will usually be hated. Why? Because they're not a part of the collective. In the community of women, you have to be a part of the collective. If you stand out of the collective, you will be ostracized as a result. They do it to Candace. They do it to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a great example of the community of women ostracizing any woman that stands out or above the collective, right? That's why when you think about it, what female rapper is on good terms with Nicki besides Foxy Brown? Are we going to say that Nicki's jealous of all of them and that's why? That's a lie. I think it's the other way around. They're jealous of Nicki because Nicki is not a part of the collective. She talks her stuff. She says, hey, listen, I'm the best. Nobody can do it like me. I'm the queen of rap. Nobody can keep up with me. Women don't like that inflated sense of confidence because women want us all to be the same. I always talk about that. Women don't like it when you're just like, yes, like I'm that girl, like I'm the best rapper, I'm the best. Women don't like that. Women want us all to feel the same. We need to all feel like we're on the same level. We need to all have the same confidence level. We need to all have the same insecurity levels. We don't want anyone to feel small. So let's make sure that we're all on the same level. That is how women are, which is why me personally, I've never been able to fit into big groups of women because I'm going to pop my collar. I'm going to be happy with myself. I'm going to like myself. I'm going to speak my mind in a respectful manner. And I am going to showcase my gifts that God has given me. And I'm not going to hide that because you feel uncomfortable by it. So, yes, Candace Owens is not a big fan of the collective. So Kamala, apparently, or allegedly, Kamala Harris press leaked that people got paid to be a part of the Kamala campaign, right? It was everywhere. It was leaked on the blogs. I think someone from her campaign said something about it or spoke about it. Now, my feeling on that is, again, this is one of the points that I always make in regards to the community of women. Not all women, but most women. Women cut corners. It's very difficult for many women to just do the thing. There always has to be like a shortcut. They have to cut a corner. They have to steal. They have to maybe replicate something that another woman did, sabotage another woman out of a position so they can get in her position. Women cut corners. There have been a lot of people saying that, in the past that, I talk down on women or I don't want anyone competing with me. Again, people are gathering these conclusions when you don't know me. You're just making yourself look like you need to go to the hospital. You cannot draw conclusions like that on someone that you don't know personally. I know that women cut corners. There's nothing wrong with a woman being territorial about what's hers. That's why in the law, we have copyright infringement. We have laws against, stealing the same name as a person. We have laws against stealing someone's car, stealing someone's design, because society is well aware that people cut corners to get their way. So when you are paying people, allegedly, when you are paying people to be a part of your campaign and you're making it look like they're doing it for free out of the goodness of their heart because they truly support you, that is called corner cutting. You're cutting corners. You're trying to get more votes and you're trying to get ahead in a negative, non-authentic way. It's called cutting corners. That is something that women like to do. I don't know why me stating that bothers people. It's amazing how the truth just infuriates women. They just cannot hear the truth. And maybe that's why a lot of men don't tell women the truth. You just get ghosted. Anyways, let's move on. So, Candace Owens decided to cover the story. Many people covered the story, but Candace Owens decided, okay, this is a good story. I'm going to cover it. The origin of the story did not come from Candace, but she covered it. And apparently, allegedly, Beyonce and her mother got Meta to take down Candace Owens' Instagram posts for false information. Now, the very interesting thing about the way that they did this is Candace Owens was not the only one that spoke about this issue. This issue was spoken about since last week by many other bloggers. Joe Rogan discussed it. Many other bloggers, non-Black bloggers, spoke about this issue, and all of their things are still up. But when Candace spoke about it, they reported it and got it taken down. Now, I'm going to talk about the African American community for a second. There is so much dysfunction in my community. It's me divesting from my family was step one. I still got many steps to do. The toxic, what's that word? The toxic entitlement that Black people have over other Black people it's scary. To know that multiple people posted about you who were not Black and you let them ride out, but you get Candace Owens' post removed that's that Black on Black, that is that Black on Black crab in the barrel bullying mentality that happens a lot in the Black community, which is why Black people divest. Okay. It's why Black people divest. I'm really trying to open up you guys' eyes and minds, even for you guys who are not Black, like really put 2 and 2 together of what I'm saying. You're a Black woman. Another Black woman is speaking about you, and other people of other races are speaking about you, but the only person that you target is the Black woman. If that's not self-hate, I don't know what is. If that's not self-hate, I don't know what is. And the reason why I'm so passionate about that is because as a Black woman, I go through the same thing. If you ever see someone tearing me to shreds online, 9 times out of 10, I could pay you money. It's going to be a Black woman. It's always going to be a Black woman that is going to take time out of her life, or a Black man that is going to take time out of their life to do a study on me. Bashing, destroying your character. I mean, this is stuff that Black people do to each other all the time, which is why many people escape the Black community and they divest from it because they simply just don't want to go through that. I love this video that Exoticals United posted. Exoticals United, shout out to her channel. She posted this video that popped up on my For You page a couple of weeks ago. She talked about why some people turn their back on the Black community and all that stuff. And it's just a really good case study that you guys should definitely listen to if that's the type of stuff that interests you, or maybe you just want to know about how that works. But it's amazing to me that they teamed up to take Candace down, but everybody else was allowed to still exist. That is stuff that Black women do to each other all the time. The sabotage, the taking down. They are doing this to Shara 7 right now. It never fails. If you go on TikTok, the only people tearing Shara 7 to shreds are other Black women that look like her. Shara 7 is doing a great job at ignoring it, because Shara 7 looks like she lives in the suburbs, so she's probably used to knowing that that's what's going to come from her community, the hostility. But what about all the other hypergamy white content creators that are not getting bashed, that preach the same concept of marry rich, marry rich? Why is it only the Black woman that is pushing that concept that is getting torn to shreds? Exactly. It's that Black on Black hate. It's that crab in the barrel mindset. So they did that to Candace Owens. So why did she get her post taken down for speaking her truth? I think they wanted to silence her. I think that a lot of people have a problem with Candace because she's overt, right? She's not covert in personality. She's very out there. She's very comfortable with herself, and she's not afraid to take the heat. A group of white men spoke on it and didn't get vilified for it. They didn't get their stuff taken down. Most women like to go after other women, which is why even when you're in professional settings, if you are working with a group of women, good luck to you. I'll be praying for you. The energy that women have for other women, they don't have that energy for men. And it's very cowardly. It really is. It's very clownish that the energy, like with women, it's a lot of cattiness. They will pursue another woman, but they will not pursue another man negatively. It's like women feel like all women are on the same level as them. So that's why they feel brave enough to just go after any other woman. It doesn't matter, because women feel like all women are the same. There's no respect structure amongst women. Okay? There's no respect structure amongst women. I think men amongst men towards one another kind of have a better respect structure. Women do not really respect other women in any way. They go online and say false claims. They say wild things about one another. They make up lies. There's no boundary line as to, okay, I'm not going to cross that line. That doesn't exist amongst women. They will always cross the line. And if you're the type of person like me, where you have the kind of personality of just structure, and you're just not interested in being disrespected, and you're not interested in shenanigans, you get labeled as the mean girl. You talk down to women. You're a bully. You're a narcissist. All those things that I get called by people, by women in particular, because I realize that a lot of them have disrespectful behaviors, and I just, my mentality, I'm just not interested in it, and that disinterest is bothersome. So they went after Candace. It's very, very unfortunate that they did that to her. It's like, it's weird. Like, why is she not allowed to speak the same way a group of white men and a group of white women spoke? But they went after her, which was very toxic, and which shows the crab in the barrel mentality and the bullying that happens in-house with the Black community. Beyonce wanted to silence Candace. I think that in the Black community, there's this weird power trip and this weird power structure where they're so comfortable going after one another. But when it comes to other races, they kind of calm down a little bit, if that makes sense. For example, none of them addressed Donald Trump's remark about, kind of trolling Beyonce. They never will. It's like with the African American community, they keep the bullying in-house, which is why you can go to an African American professional and you're African American and they're rude to you. But if a white person comes in, they're kind to the white person. Like, the bullying is within the African American community. If you go through social media, if you ever see anyone dragging me or speaking bad on my name, it's going to be another Black woman. I will guarantee you that. Or another Black man. The bullying is within house. So I always tell Black women, don't be afraid to divest. Candace Owens has divested, and I think that they hate her even more for that she's just completely turned her back and just moved on to other ventures and mingling with other people. But they did contact Meta, which is a very covert way of being, to get her post taken down. I don't know Beyonce personally. I cannot confirm or deny, but Beyonce has been, known for these covert tactics for a while now. I don't know her personally, but personally speaking, most women who do covert things like that are narcissists. They do not want to be caught up in the strings that they are pulling under the table. It's truly disgusting. You could have just sent her a DM and said, hey, like, why are you saying this about me or whatever? Like, but to get her post taken down because you couldn't handle the heat. I feel like if it wasn't true, I'm not saying it is, but if it wasn't true, Beyonce would have let Candace run with it and served her papers and could have just sued her for defamation. The fact that they made her take it down shows that they know that Candace is going to do some more digging, and they may be afraid of the results that come to the surface. They may do some more digging, or Candace may do some more digging, and they're afraid about what she'll find, so they just wanted to silence her. And when you are a woman who is powerful, who is a goddess, who's smart, who's intelligent, you will go through the world and notice that many people want to silence you. So please beware of that. Beware of that, okay? So let's move on. So that's all the stuff that I feel like they did wrong and that was toxic towards Candace. But let's talk about Candace and some of the toxic behaviors that she exhibited in this situation. I don't like the fact that the headline reads Beyonce's mommy attacked me. I have a really, okay. Ay. Am I really going to go there? Yes, I'm going to go there. I have an issue with the over-exaggeration in the community of women. I don't like it when women use words incorrectly. It truly ruffles my feathers. When you say the word attacked, do you know what that means? Someone responding to something that you posted about her daughter and giving a backstory to how it really happened is not her attacking you. Women have a way of misusing words. This person's attacking me. This person's bullying me. This person's pursuing me. This person hates me. Gentlemen, we're going to have to really go on Amazon and order dictionaries and keep our dictionaries on our bedside before we put out words and use certain words, because they're not proportional to what happened and you're using them incorrectly. Because women have a habit of being extremely sensitive, when a woman addresses them about something, they see it as you are attacking them. Ladies, people are allowed to address you. People are allowed to ask you a question. People are allowed to bring something to your attention. You're not a toddler. We need to get out of this toddler mentality. In the words of Lilith, a lot of women, they're mentally arrested in their teenage years. They just have not, the maturity, it's just not there for a lot of them. It's a lot of immaturity. Like someone just asks you a question and you see it as you've been attacked. Someone brings something to your attention. You're being bullied. Someone tells you, hey, no, thank you. I'm not interested in that. Oh, she's a mean girl. How is somebody a mean girl because they're declining your advances for friendship or business or collab or whatever? It's the little girl mentality, the baby, the teenager mentality. It sucks, really. It truly is something that women need to grow up and grow out of. Beyonce's mother did not attack you. She made a statement because you made a statement, and women don't understand retaliation. If you're going to go online and talk about somebody and drag that person, some people will respond, like in regards to Tina, and some people are like Cher and Beyonce, where they're not going to say a word. They'll just handle it legally, right? Everybody has the right to pick and choose how they handle a situation. And the word attacked is so negative because as a Black woman, anytime a Black woman expresses her feelings, they are labeled as they attacked, which I really hate to see. And then, Candace, and I like Candace, and then Candace continued to start talking about the fact that Tina Knowles has the last name Knowles for notoriety, even though her and her husband got a divorce years ago. I mean, Candace, I love you, but why is that any of your business? Why are women inserting themselves in certain things that really, it's just not your business? Many people keep the same last name because they want to bond with their kid, or they just want to have, maybe it's for trademarks, you never know. But you talk about this, and this is the same thing that they do to Shara 7 online. It's another toxic behavior that women have, is putting their mouths where it doesn't belong. You don't know Shara's husband, stop talking about him. You don't know her children, stop talking about them. The internet gives women the right to just go online and talk crazy. It gives people the right to go online and make false claims. The other day I had people try to attack my character, try to attack my religion. Because I can't be beat, battered, and bullied, that makes me, I'm not a believer. I'm not a Christian because I won't allow you to be disrespectful. I'm not a Christian because I have boundaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't leave the playground if you're not ready to be an adult. Keep it on the playground, in the words of Monique. And then the biggest takeaway that I can take from this all is Candace was very adamant about why Beyonce isn't responsive and saying Beyonce doesn't have a personality. One thing I've learned about the world is, and this is a huge topic that's trending on TikTok, trending all over, is thinking that a beautiful woman you deserve a beautiful woman's conversation. You don't deserve anything from anyone, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful woman is not required to talk to you, to respond to you, to respond to your advances. A beautiful woman, or a woman in general, is not required to give you anything. And to say that Beyonce does not have a personality because she chooses to gatekeep herself, to protect herself from the world with her level of fame, and to stick to being, I'm sure her family knows she has a personality. I've seen so many videos of Beyonce looking like she's having so much fun. She just keeps it in-house. What is the obsession with beautiful women having to speak to you, or beautiful women having to respond? I personally don't respond. I don't respond to advances. I don't respond to slander. I don't respond to videos. I don't respond. I will never respond. It doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me a coward. I just have my limits as to who I'll share myself with, especially my responses. And I think Beyonce has the same mentality, and she's allowed to be that way. And it's very sad. Sometimes my heart definitely hurts from her, because Beyonce is the most non-problematic celebrity, yet everyone finds a problem with her. And it's all rooted in jealousy, and it's all rooted in the fact that she's a beautiful woman that does not want to engage. And people have a problem with that. They do the same thing to Shara 7. Shara 7 just goes online on her platform, goes on live, laughs, sips her coffee in her cute little mug, has her tea, opens her cute little packages. But every day there is a new blogger tearing this woman to shreds. It's like you can't win. Especially if you're a beautiful woman, you cannot win. You say something, you're wrong. You don't say something, you're wrong. You're nice, you're wrong. You're mean, you're wrong. You're always wrong. That's why I always encourage women to embrace their villainhood, because you will always be wrong if you're a beautiful woman. And you will always be pursued, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to stay away. There is going to be some rodent or raccoon that is going to escape the master trash can behind the alley and try and bother you. It never fails. So, I mean, I don't like the way that that Candace was saying that Beyonce doesn't have a personality. I don't think that's fair. I think that she's allowed to not respond. She's allowed to not respond, okay? The feuds between women, it's just getting ridiculous. We need to do better. This is part 1.